I am a farmer. I am an agroecology trainer, and I also run a community-based organization in Baringo, advocating for food security through agroecology transitioning. Good question, and that is what we've been talking about since 2019, and I'm happy that agroecology is taking up a shape, and everybody is excited about agroecology. And the role of agroecology is very key, especially now that we are talking about having the national agroecology strategy, especially in East Africa. And that will help us even lobby other state and non-state actors to act and also support agroecology transition and an integration in other agriculture policies. We have to support each other first because we are all like a network connecting states and non-state actors. I think going to 2025, now we are in 2025, we need to really lobby for existing policies. Now that we have a national strategy on agroecology, we need to support countries, especially CSOs, who are pushing for integration of agroecology because government cannot move unless we really push them or through our networks we lobby for full implementation of the strategy because otherwise we will not see any valuable in that strategy. Yes, because we say that agroecology is science, agroecology is a practice, and what we forget is agroecology is a movement. We need to have the voices of farmers who are really practicing agroecology be heard. Yes, because this is my first meeting and my first visit to Viet Nam, and I'm so excited to visit. I'm told there are big industrial farms that are agroecology model farms. And for me, even going to the field tomorrow, I've met mixed feelings because we were arguing with one of our minister for, I think was a director for agriculture in Kenya. She was telling us, will agroecology feed the nation? And we were like, why not? We need to scale up to bigger farms. So seeing what Vietnamese are doing in these large scale farms, I'm convinced to go back home and convince my government that we need to support, especially for farm inputs, because small scale farmers do not have mechanization to scale up to bigger farms. So we have the change and we are the change. Yes, first, 80% of rural farmers are women. So we need to entice youth. We need to give them subsidies to lease land or even talk to their parents because nowadays we don't see any job employment. So the only opportunity for youths to do is to engage in farming. And we have opportunity because we have the land mass, especially in Baringo. You get a family with over 200 acres of land not utilized. So how do we convert this land into money? So there's opportunity for youth. Yes, it is a plus for Kenya. Kenya launched the national agroecology strategy last year, end of last year. And Uganda is already having a strategy. Tanzania has launched theirs. And to me, if we merge as East Africa and have the voice of farmers together, we will actually implement this policy. It's just that we need a political goodwill. We need to support farmers. We need to support any other stakeholder. Of course, they are consumers. We forget that we are the consumers of these agroecology products. How do we have the rights of eating healthy food? Because now if you are not eating healthy food, that means your rights have been violated. We need to take this movement as a human right issue so that everybody, any consumer, any stakeholder should have their rights focused on eating healthy food. And eating healthy food is supporting agroecology transitioning. I'm so proud because when we started, and I want to repeat that in 2019, few of us were talking about agroecology. I remember even when we were having a radio talk show, we were supported by AFSA, Alliance for Food Sovereignty, and we were working with the RESCOP. RESCOP does some projects in school. And the agroecology awareness was very minimal. But going forward, and now it is all over. We have networks of networks. ISFA, we have Pelham Kenya, we have BIBA. We have networks of organizations working together to support agroecology transition in Kenya. And I think even having a voice in the government, the engineer Langat, who is supporting agroecology in the ministry, to me it is a good direction, and we should also be proud of our work, and we should not give up. We should, I think, lobby harder and explore other spaces, East Africa, IGAD, even at European Union, we see how do we have this agroecology movement growing big, and also lobbying for state and non-state actors to act. And of course, you cannot go far without the policy. We need the political goodwill for us to see agroecology fully implemented in our own country. Yes, I've experienced a few farmers, but the excuse they're giving me is very, what do I call, very small, because they're asking us about markets. They're saying, if now I start doing agroecology, where is the market? The market is big now because everybody is conscious about agroecology. They are conscious about what they're eating. You see, before we were just eating because we eat. But now because you can access organic food, the market is there. The market is growing. And as you speak, the biggest supermarket in the country, they have what we call agroecology shelf, organic shelves. And by midday, if you go to these supermarkets, you don't find organic food. That means the demand is... So those are the successes that we need to document. Yes, because I'm a farmer. I think I'm shaping the global communication or global talking about agroecology. Yes, because when we started it, there was nobody who was giving us the platform like now. We could speak about agroecology apart from the social media posts that we are posting. Now we have the opportunity to share our success stories in other international spaces, media spaces. Now that I was nominated to be the co-chair Agroecological Coalition, I think this is the best opportunity to spread the gospel and speak to more international platforms about what we do in the community.